some 70th birthday. I got you a birthday present of a lifetime.
You do? For a lifetime? A whole dollar?
A whole dollar. Hey, now don't spend it all in one place now.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep up with it for sure.
Welcome to another episode of Play Cam. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well as watch the video all the way through. Not because I asked to, because man, today we're doing a time capsule. And this is like from when I was a kid and then some from when I was in high school, and it's just all kind of cool. The boys were digging in the attic last night and I thought it was really cool because a lot of the stuff I hadn't seen in years and I really didn't even know I had it, but my mom kept all this stuff and I think she gave it to me a few years ago. This is a little bit different type of vlog from what I normally do, so I mean it's probably gonna be a little bit long because I'm gonna pull out some of the items and tell you some stories. And if you like stories, stick around. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy opened up, and might I say Brahma boots. I don't wear Brahma boots anymore, I wear Georgia boots now. It's got a lot of little stuffed animals in here, and these are like Valentine's Day gifts just from through the years, you know, puppy love type stuff going on there. That's Donald Duck, or who is this, Daffy Duck? And one more of these little boogers, I love you. This is a wristband from whenever I played basketball in high school when I played for the Dalesville Demons, and I guess I just wore this when I was playing basketball. I don't think I wore it every game or anything. It wasn't really a staple, you know. You got some of those guys that have like headbands and they got goggles and wristbands all over them. They really suck. Well, I was just the guy that didn't have any of that stuff. I just suck. These are a couple of glasses here. One's from prom of 2004, and this one's from, and this is from junior senior banquet 2003. I guess I was a junior at that time. Boy, the memories of being a junior in high school. Boy, the memories of being anything in high school. High school sucked, man. I really could not stand high school. I couldn't stand any part of school. And I do remember in 2004, Leanne and I got married and we actually went to prom together. This is a broken System of the Down CD, and back in the day, like back in the 90s, System of the Down was kind of the stuff. And I really don't know why I have a broken System of the Down CD in here, but I do remember that we used to listen to it a lot. Like me and all my brothers, this was the band. I got several of these cars here, and it's like, you know, just kind of a group of cars. And when we were kids, we used to play a game called Crash Ups, and we would like, pretty much all you do is you have them like this and you kind of slam them together, and whichever one lands on the back, that's the one that wins, and then whoever has the last car standing wins. Oh, the childhood games we played, that's one of the more mild childhood games. This is a bottle cap, and it's for floats, and it used to be like a bottle from Coca-Cola Company that used to like make Coke floats and then put it in a bottle. And I say Coke floats, but I think it was like root beer, like a root beer float, and we would always say that we're getting our roots drunk. So that was back before we actually got drunk. Little keychain here, I love basketball, have no idea where that came from, but it looks cool to me. These things here, you wouldn't think they were valuable, and they're actually really not. The only value they have to me is they produce a memory. Whenever I was 16 or so, Dad actually co-signed for us a truck. It was like a 1988 Dodge. Oh, one second. I used to have this on the front of it. It says Nasty Boys 1988, and for some reason there was a group of kids that would call me and my twin brother the Nasty Boys for some reason, so we just kind of stuck with it. Of course, the rebel flag there, I know of course this is kind of frowned upon nowadays, but we're just country boys. We really just like being country boys. These are letters off the front of my brother's Mustang. It was a 1965 Mustang. We bought it from Sydney Hampton. It's like a really blue, pretty color Mustang, and it was really, really nice. And then one day he turned in a little bit too sharp in the driveway. There was somebody on his butt, and I don't know if it had brake lights, and he kind of slid into a tree, just bumped it a little bit, you know. That was kind of the end of the era of the Mustang. We kept it for a few more years. My dad sort of planned on fixing it back up, but really never got around to it. He ended up selling it. But we had a lot of really good memories in it before it actually, yeah, you know. We were literally like the coolest kids in the whole high school because we had a 65 Mustang, and it wasn't like anything that was crazy as far as motor wise. It was fast, but it wasn't like anything special. This is what's left of a rose, and this was from prom of 2004, so this thing's like, how many, 16 years old or something? I think we have a picture of Leanne holding it somewhere or another. There's no telling where that picture is. Oh, and going back to prom in 2004, me and my buddy Sam, we had a really cool idea. I was on the volunteer fire department at that time, and we set up a steak dinner at the volunteer fire station and made candles. It was all freaking romantic and everything, but it was really neat, and I know I have pictures of that somewhere. I just don't know where the heck they're at. So when everybody else was going out to restaurants and eating, me and Sam was balling out of control, making like special meals for our girlfriends. I have no idea what this is. It's the Senior Award of Dalesville High School 2003, and I think this is what they gave to all the dumb kids, the kids that didn't get the valedictorian thing or like honors or anything like that. I know a lot of us probably have things like this happen in high school, and this guy's name was Josh Murphy, and he died in a car accident in 2005. This is like right after I got out of high school, and he was taking a curve too fast and lost control, and we were actually working on the fire department at that time, and we worked the wreck, and it was a really bad deal. I think that was pretty much like one of the first times I started to understand that I wasn't invincible and that people could die. It kind of seemed unfair. I know the world's unfair, but Dang, man. But Josh was a really cool guy, and I wasn't as close with him as my brother Wesley was, but I mean, I always remember him just being just a nice guy. You could always tell in high school that who the kids that were cool and who the kids that were not cool, and he was definitely cool. We all miss him, but eventually we'll see him again. Okay, this is one of the last items here, and this is not really even an old, this is kind of old. I think, Jeremy, if you see this, see how young you are. You've been doing real estate for a long time. You're still doing real estate, right? And the reason this card is in my box and is gonna stay in this box is because back in the day, my best friend John Manny, this is his cousin, and we used to look up to Jeremy Manny and Tommy Banks and Michael John Leonard. They were all part of the West Monroe High School football team, and they were our heroes. I think Jeremy was like the strongest kid in the school. He was like powerlifting houses and stuff. And that brings me to the last thing I have. This is really kind of the coolest thing. I kind of go back to the whole high school hero thing, and this is an issue of Sports Illustrated, and Tommy Banks, you see him right there, he's like Superman. He was in West Monroe High School whenever we were being taught by Miss Banks. She was our 5th grade teacher, and he came to our class and actually signed the book for us, and we thought that was just the greatest thing in the entire world. And then he signed, I think this might have actually been whenever we were in high school, he signed this rebel flag, and back in the day, if you don't remember, this used to be sort of the symbol of West Monroe High School. Before everything got really politically correct, we would always have rebel flags hanging off of our trucks, and it didn't mean anything to us. It didn't mean that we hated black people or anything. It was just part of the school. It was just kind of part of the whole deal. It just didn't mean nothing to anybody except for that. But nowadays, it's a little different. This magazine is October 20th, 1997. And dude, look, there's a cigarette advertisement right there. I don't even think they advertise for cigarettes anymore. I think it's illegal or something. He's holding a cigarette. How dare him? It's always really cool to go back to your parents' house every now and then and just kind of dig around and just check on some of these old things, because I'm pretty sure most people have this sort of thing, and this really makes me want to save things for my kids and like just keep up with things that resemble experiences they had and give them those memories. It's not really the material items, it's more about what the material item does to your thinking, and it sort of puts you back in that state, in that time where you were having so much fun. And to have little things like this just to sort of remind you is a good thing in my opinion. Y'all tell me in the comments if y'all have any cool stuff like that. You know, like an old shoebox with a bunch of old junk in it from your high school days, your elementary school days. Anyway, I know this is a little bit different episode of Clay Cam, but it's a vlog about me. Sounds pretty selfish actually, but I just wanted to do something that was kind of personal with me and bring back some old memories and just tell you guys some stories, you know, just have some fun with it. That's been another episode of Clay Cam. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.